Hey, Audacious Beast, welcome back to my channel. My name is Scottyallenday. I do videos about the past, present, future, and unknown. Well, today it's a really good video, I think. But as I keep going, if you agree with something, don't disagree with something, drop a comment in the comment section below. I am talking today about retro gaming. And not necessarily a coin-op game. I'm also talking about retro gaming on the PC. Not necessarily. This is before Xbox, before PlayStation. Let's give it up to about Super Nintendo. Maybe the Nintendo 64. But I'm talking about retro gaming. Now, I thought of this video because I uploaded a game called Dranzik. It is like an 8-bit game that uses the Ultima engine. If you've ever played Ultima or Ultima Online. The game is similar to it, but only it's an 8-bit RPG. You can be able to download it on Steam, and it plays just like an old school RPG. You have quest system, you have your skill system, and then you have your fighting system. Now, the thing is, you need to be warned when it comes to an old style RPG. Is the fact when you die or when you lose a life while you're playing it, you're going to drop everything. Now, Dranzik is a little bit different. You drop one important part of your armor or weapon and then everything in your inventory. So you need to go back and get all of that. So if you spent the last 2 hours traveling across the map and you didn't hit that save zone, you're going all the way back to where you last saved the game. You're going to go all the way back to where you found your last bed. All the way back when you went to your last spawn point. And then you're going to spend that whole time. But the thing is, most of these games, you only have 20 minutes to go and recover your stuff. After 20 minutes, everything drops, and it's free grabs for anybody who wants to play. So that's why I'm saying, save your game often. Other examples of old school RPGs would be like Dragon Warrior, the Dragon Warrior series, the Final Fantasy series. The old school series, you will drop everything. And you won't get it back. When you lose all your hit points, lose all your health, right back to your last save point. And you got to buy all your stuff again. But that's what I like about old school RPGs. Is you strategize as you play the game. You think about what you need to do. And the thing is no, you can't go onto PayPal. You can't go and buy Robux. You can't go and buy V-Bucks to recover your stuff. It's gone. So basically, this is why I like it so much, because of the fact is that you need to build your inventory up enough to where you can save all your stuff. So if you end up with a flaming sword and another monster drops a flaming sword, guess what? I'm saving that flaming sword. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to hold on to it. So, that's what's important about it. But if you play the old school Mario, not the platformer one that you go through and use, go and jump onto a flag and go to the next level. No, this is a repetitious one where you start off the original Mario Bros. Before they turned it into Super Mario Bros. The original Mario Bros., you went on a pipe and you battled flies and turtles and crabs until they got so fast you could never keep up. The other good part about retro gaming is, let's say, like Donkey Kong. You've heard about it in Pixels. That most of these older school games, they do have patterns. So you memorize the patterns, you can go for hours. It's just like asteroids. You memorize the patterns, you go for hours. The patterns with asteroids is which direction the pieces shoot off. So you know where your ship needs to be, so you don't get hit by those flying fragments of your asteroid. It's the same thing like Moon Patrol. Moon Patrol, you have a moon buggy that goes down the road and different objects that are coming through, and you got pitfalls and stuff like that that you need to avoid. But as you play, you memorize the map and you can keep on going. Cool. It's the same thing like, but then you have your non-pattern old school retro gaming, which is pinball. And pinball, because of that 1-inch steel ball, 2-inch, I think it's a 2-inch steel ball, it goes everywhere. You can't predict it. But you can predict when it gets close enough to where you can be able to at least try and hit that steel ball. But retro gaming is much better than today's gaming because of the fact that you can't cheat or bribe, I would rather say that word, bribe your way to keep playing. You can't bribe your way to double your cash. You can't bribe your way to double your experience. No, you work on it, you grind, you build it up, and it happens. So, to me, retro gaming will always have a place in my heart because it's still king. If I took one player that played Fortnite all the time, and let's see here, if you played Fortnite and I had you play the original Duke Nukem or Montezuma's Revenge, or for you guys that like to do the racing game, there's a game called Gearhead Garage, and there's another one that was pretty much like it's called Pink Slips. And you know, you're actually in there and you are building your engine, you're tuning your engine, you're replacing the parts on your engine so that you can beat the king of the drag strip and take his car. You spend all the time and you go and race the king of the drag strip for Pink Slips, and you don't cross that finish line, you lose that car that you just earned all that money for. Which is awesome. It's frustrating for a minute, but then an hour later, you laugh about it and you go back and play it. But today, because of the fact that you can pay your way through the game, and then all of a sudden you're getting chain killed because you didn't do something right, and then you rage quit. You don't play it anymore. But an old school RPG or an old school game like R-Type, Kanga, old school Gauntlet, Dig Dug, all those older games, when you're done, you're done. You can't rage quit, you're done. You walk out and you're fuming, but then you think about it, and then you say, hey, wait a minute, let me try it again. And you go back and you get better at it. That's what I'm saying. Old school RPGs will never stop being king. Old school RPGs will always wear the crown. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe, tell all your friends and family, and for heaven's sake, keep on rocking. I meant to do this, but okay, hang loose anyways.